Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
This world is changing more and more every day, and we've decided to change right along with it. My name is Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the president of Trajectory TV Network. At Trajectory, our vision is to provide a comfortable, creative platform for top content creators and storytellers from around the globe. We're also dedicated to providing this world with content that is healing, educational, empowering, exciting, and above all else, entertaining and transparent. So right now, I invite all of you who believe yourselves to be global game changers to use the link found here and simply take a chance. Schedule a virtual chat where you'll have the opportunity to share your vision for your very own global television show with me, the network president. So use that link, and together, let's begin changing and healing this world, one story at a time. And remember, whether you have years of experience in front of the camera or zero experience, it doesn't matter. What matters the most is your desire to share great content through television and a willingness to share it with passion and with purpose. You might ask, how do I know if I've fallen in love with my purpose and my purpose has fallen in love with me? It's easy when you've lost your voice because you just can't stop talking about it. I'll see you soon. I always wanted to play the drums. That's about as close as I'll get to it. What I really wanted to do, I brought this up the other week, and I kind of wasn't honest with you when I said I thought they were kind of geeky when I was in high school, but I really did secretly want to be a member of the handbell choir. Natural, right? A natural. The only reason I didn't try out for handbell choir was because they wore those gloves. And I thought if I put on those gloves, my being in the closet would be out of the hat because I'd be like, oh my God, look at me in these gloves. Do you have anything in a long formal length? Oh boy, that was so funny back in the day. Listen, I can be a little extra goofy today. Why? Because TGIF, it's Friday. Duh. Last day of the week. We have made it. Get ready for a weekend. Tomorrow's my husband's birthday. And I know he's in the kitchen because he's off on Fridays. I hear him up there. He's hoping I will say something out loud about what I have planned for him. Trick no good. Yeah, just another everyday weekend for us around here this weekend. Just going to lay low. Nothing special happening. What do you guys have planned? Put it in the comments. Anyway, I'm really excited. I have my little heater going. It's getting cold here in the Chicagoland area. 69 is what they're calling for today. How's the weather shaping up in your neck of the woods? Drop it in the comments. Real quick, there is the bell of purpose. I ring it every time on purpose with purpose. Why? Because it is a reminder, an opportunity, if you will, that I need you to lean in, tune in. Why? Because just like that bell, the truth, it has a ring to it, and I don't want you to miss any. So heads up, something good happening out here. Pay attention. And also pay attention to her. This is my sidekick. Yes, I do love Lucy. I mean it. She's been here 7 years. This very same Lucy, right? So today is day 5 in a row. We started off earlier this week, Monday, with Evan Galliano, the film director, creator, and moved on through the week. Today, we have, and I phonetically wrote it out because I have a feeling I'm going to get it right, her last name, Gabriella Alziari. See how I said it? I said it like I was from Italy. Because I was like, well, when I broke it up, I said, when I do it like that, A-L space or hyphen Z-I hyphen A-R-I, it sounds like Alziari. So from my days in radio, especially, I lasted at little tidbit at a classical station. I remember when I came to the Midwest from Los Angeles, and I'd been on the Beat. FM 92 in Hollywood, which is a major market. I thought I can get hired anywhere. I marched my butt into the local classical station, and they put a Rolodex this big in front of me and said, you have 5 minutes. We're recording. Just start reading what's on the cards. We will now hear the 5th Symphony by directed by and conducted by. I was like, that's it. I just got him walked out. I was like, not gonna happen. But it's what is gonna happen is right now I'm bringing in. I'm just gonna bring her in. I'm not even gonna read her bio because wait a minute. Let me channel her bio. There's a clue. There, I gave you a clue as to what we're doing today. I'm bringing her in right now because I don't want to waste another minute, and she might have some messages for us. Put your virtual applause up right now. Hit the hearts. Put it on the screen. Get to your virtual feet because here she comes. Gabriella. No, yeah, it is. Gabriella Alziari.
Hello.
I wasn't even close, was I?
No, you did great. Gabriella Alziari. That's it.
I still got it. Yay. So,
woo!
Wow. So it's Italian.
It is from the south of France. Yeah.
No, it's the south of France.
In the south of France. It's actually an olive oil company.
It
in
is?
France.
Are you the heiress?
Yeah.
Are you an heiress to
Probably.
olive oil?
I hope so.
Did I say, have I told you lately how much I love you?
No, but you
And
can tell
that
me
I had a
again.
dream. I had a dream we were really cousins, distant,
but cousins, just in case you are the heiress. Don't forget your cousin.
Okay, I'll remember that.
I like it, bro. Like, we had so much fun at the RPXP experience, you and I kept trying to get out. I signed up like how many times to come out to your table, and it just did not align for us there.
Yes.
But it's still going to happen, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I want to do this because vibe is a big deal with you being a channeler and all. So instead of reading your bio, I thought I'll do what I always do, but give you a little extra time. I'm going to dip out, let you have a moment to just, open up that lane between you and everyone here watching today. And then I'll come back in and we'll get started. Okay. Take it away. Tell them everything or anything you want.
Hey, everyone. I'm Gabriella. I am an intuitive channeler. So I work with your team in spirit, and everybody has a team in spirit. They're spirit guides. They're like your cheerleaders that are watching over you. So I am able to channel their messages. And I'm also a Reiki master and healer. So I'm so excited to connect with you all today and see what comes through.
Awesome. Reiki, huh? Well, you can come to Chicago and help me Reiki my yard because it is full of leaves right now. Get it? Reiki, a little Reiki humor.
I get it.
I
Yeah,
know.
good one.
No, don't worry. They get better as the hour proceeds. And so what I really want to do too is, okay, first of all, did you have like the greatest time at the retreat?
Yeah, totally.
Anything stand out to you? Any life-changing moments?
Yeah, every time you talked, I cried because you were channeling. It was pure channeling. Seriously, I was crying. That was life-changing for me.
See, this is perfect. You're perfectly segueing us into the clip that I have because I found a clip and I was like, before meeting you, I really, honestly, I believed that channeling was what they tell you, a misconception that it's only speaking with departed people. And then I wasn't talking to anybody. I don't think I was channeling any deceased people when we were there, but you say I was channeling nonetheless. So that's a great way to get into what is channeling. What indeed, we all have our thing. I remember in my family, not only because we're Black, but because, I was raised in a Seventh-day Adventist religious household. You say, for instance, we have Halloween up here. Two of my nieces who are still Seventh-day Adventists were here like last week, and they walked in, they were like, ooh, demons. I mean, it was a Halloween gnome.
Halloween gnome. Okay.
Yes, and they said demons. My point, a lot of us, when you hear channeling, you think Linda Blair, The Exorcist, it's evil, it's dark. We're going to change that, or at least change the one-sidedness, if you will, today. So the first thing I want to do is, don't Google these things. I mean, you can get out there, you can Google it and you can watch some videos, but when you get a chance to talk to the real deal like you have today, you just might want to take advantage of it. And here's one of the reasons why.
What is channeling?
What indeed?
That is the ability to be in touch with the dear departed. In traditional terms, it would be called trance mediumship.
Trance.
And obviously, I come from England, where when I started out, there was still traditional circles, seances, holding hands, darkened room, things moving around.
No.
I'm sure in England those things still exist. They bring the power of the circle, can be very powerful. And in traditional trance mediumship, the medium will go off into an altered state. And very often afterwards, having brought through whoever he or she has brought through, will have no knowledge of what had happened. Very much an altered state. Now, is that always necessary for some mediums to be in an altered state to bring somebody through? Not necessarily.
Oh, there's one of those devil boards.
For example, with the transmission and
like a Ouija board.
Once in a while, not often, during a regular psychic reading, a relative of the client makes themselves known to me. I remember another instance
So
in
now
the
we know
same
who
sort
this
of
is all about.
situation where, again, off there,
Mhm.
my client was Scots, and I saw a gentleman with her when they were younger people.
All right. Proved my point there that
Yeah,
that's what
totally.
people, a lot of us think. And
Mhm.
I was kind of distracted, not because of all those things on the table, but that wig. Oh my God, girl, for real. I was like, come on. I'm just saying nothing against wigs, but girl. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Something you and I never have to worry about.
No,
Right.
not with this hair.
I know these eyebrows. That's the
Mhm.
extent of hair. So, listen, I wanted to talk about now. Why is it that she really believes that that is the definition of channeling? Now, when people go and they hear that, so does that particular example right there kind of give what you do a bad name?
A little bit. It depends. There's so much out there. There's so many misconceptions. So all I'm doing is I'm just connecting to what we call like a higher power. You can call it spirit, you can call it God, whatever it is. And I do not go into like a seance type of state, right? You saw me at the retreat when I was channeling. I speak extremely normally. And
You do.
so, yeah, I speak very normally. All I have to do in order to connect is just close my eyes. But what
And
she's talking about,
even
yeah.
when your head spun completely around, you were talking just like we are here now.
He's joking. He's
Nothing.
joking.
Was I taking it too long? She's like, clear that up right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I did not do that. No,
She
no.
didn't. She didn't.
Because everyone gets scared, right? They
I
get scared
know.
to do this work if they're like, oh no, it's like Ouija or it's like a seance or like a weird trance. People get turned
Not the
off from
same
it,
thing.
but it's
It's
not.
really like a conversation, and you're
Yeah.
operator 44.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
That's what
just
it
like a
felt like.
translator. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. Well, Gabriella, first of all, let's start by uh did you like take some kind of a training course on did you watch a YouTube video? Um, hit a
No.
breakout session at some event and then came out of there able to do this? How did you know you could do this, or did you choose it? Did it choose you, or was it a combination of all of that?
Well, so I was always really interested in being psychic when I was a kid. I was like, "Oh my gosh, is it possible to be psychic?" So I did read tarot cards, and I have a YouTube channel where I still read tarot cards. And when I started reading them, I was just reading the symbols like normal, but I started seeing like flashes of images in my mind, and I didn't know what they were. They would come up really fast, like a tree, a house, a car, and I would just kind of follow the image, like, "Oh, interesting. Now I'm seeing a tree." And it wasn't until I posted those videos to YouTube and people said, "Oh my gosh, what you just said was so specific to my unique situation. There's no way that you could have known that." That I started to think, huh, okay, there's something happening here. And I started to build on this practice and give people readings. And so, really, it's all energy. That's all it is. Energy is like a current, and we can connect to it. So, I can connect to your energy and deliver you information that you know to be true, but maybe nobody else knows it about you.
Right. So, do
Mhm.
you come from a religious background, like in your family? Were you raised a specific religion?
My parents kind of raised us Christian, but it was like holiday Christian. Like we would go to church, on Easter, things like that. But yeah, not really. I was more
Christmas
interested
Eve
in
kind of thing?
Buddhism.
You did that?
We did what? Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so do you go home now on the holiday for the holidays? Do you ever go back? And they
Yeah.
still do this, right? Go on. So
Yeah.
when you go in the church that your parents belong to, do you see people whisper, "There she is. There's the witch."
Luckily not. Luckily
I
not.
told you she was a witch, huh? I'm joking, but let's
I
talk
know.
about that. Because
Yeah.
I think that those misconceptions and those fears and the way that propaganda and all those different things, they keep people from spiritual growth.
Yeah, they do.
So, do
Yeah.
you ever deal with that though? Do you ever have to explain to people, look, I'm not a witch? But you
Yeah.
could be, because there are, right?
Well,
Spiritual people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's always going to be misconceptions, and it's a little bit of you share purely with your heart. Those who are ready to receive will receive. But to be honest, I just like to explain it more as energy because most people understand energy. They can meet someone and understand if someone has light energy or heavy energy. Even if you don't believe in anything having to do with psychic or mediumship or channeling, you can understand energy. So that's all it is. It's a different way of connecting where we're just connecting a little higher up.
I
Yeah.
believe you. And let me tell you something. My husband Brian, we used to go
Mhm.
to a big Halloween party. It would have been this weekend if our friend Scott
Mhm.
was still alive. Oh, love you, Scott. And
Mhm.
anyway, tons of people. And there was always a line around the house waiting for Brian because it was like he came dressed one year apparently as a tarot card reader or a fortune teller. And he was so on point that they invited
Mhm.
him to keep doing it every year because people were
Nice.
reporting everything you
Yeah.
said was
Yeah.
true. And so, I mean, I feel like he has a connection, but
Mhm.
he,
Probably.
you know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this. Um, is this the kind of thing that could be a gift and a curse? Because I would kind of think like if you were like here and you were like a relative or a friend I saw all the time, I would invite you to everything just that I had, all my parties and stuff and dinner parties. So I could say, oh, we have. So is it like
Yes.
being a magician where people like do a card trick?
Yeah, oh, totally, yeah. Everyone's always like, "What do you think? Like, what do you know? Like, what's gonna happen? Tell
Why are you
me."
looking
Yeah.
at me like that? What'd you see?
And I'm like, "Nothing. I'm just being a normal human. Like, cut me a break." But yes, absolutely. It is very much like that. So, yeah, you have to learn how to kind of turn it on and off. Like, I'm not always in a channeling state because I would get tired. It does make you tired. I will say that. And then
Really?
everyone wants to know the information. Yeah, it does.
So you specifically channel through what portal or lane, not the deceased, or do you? I mean,
I
talk about your
can.
gift.
I can, yeah. Well, so all it is I think of it as like planes. So we call this our 3D reality, right? Everything that we can see, touch, feel. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of working across planes and it goes up the third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, all the way up. And it continues up much farther than we can even know. And so what I do, you can imagine it like dialing a telephone number. So I'm like dialing a telephone number way up to what I call great spirit. I also work with angels, right? Which is some people
My
some
best
people might
friends are
love that.
angels.
Yes.
Love them.
And so yeah, so I'm like dialing a telephone number up to them and then we ask them specific questions. That's like us directing the energy. And then I just am able to receive. So I hear, I feel in my body. And yeah, I can communicate with those who have passed over, but that's known as like mediumship. It's, like, a little bit different than what I'm doing, which is just connecting to, like, higher beings.
Did it ever scare you, this gift or gifts? Because I feel that there's more than one.
Mhm.
Did it ever scare you or intimidate you before you fully knew how to exercise within it? Or,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, well, I was always more curious about it. I was like, "Oh, what's happening? Like, what if I try this?" But what can be a little scary is there are also energies that are not as pure. That is for sure. I can tell you that 100%. That's not, like, just from the
uh,
movies that so you have to be
wait.
careful, like, you do have to protect yourself.
Okay, I'm now thinking back to many episodes of Charmed. I really am. As soon as you said protect yourself, I saw them like pouring that stuff in that circle, that
Yeah,
salt
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever it is,
I
that white
know,
stuff.
yeah.
Mhm. Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm, mhm.
because we who did that?
I don't know, but that happens all the time whenever I am doing something, so we're protected.
Okay. I'm just kidding with you. So I want to ask you this. Do you ever feel it coming? Like today, for instance, hypothetically speaking, do you feel because there are a lot of people here right now? I'm like, wow. I'm seeing because I
Mhm.
can see on different ways, through different ways, what's happening on the platforms that we're
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And I'm
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
huh, this is interesting. More of you are here than usual. Is it because it's Friday? Is it the Halloween thing? So Do you feel
Maybe.
you feel like you got something for us today, or how
Oh,
you
yeah,
being
sure,
led?
totally. Yeah, I can channel for you all if you would like. Do you
Okay,
have any questions?
let me. Oh, okay, well, woof. I'm like, um. Oh, hi, Facebook user. I don't know where you're at, but somewhere in the meta
Mm,
world, the unknown is intimidating. It can be.
yeah.
Oh, Robert Brooker wants to know. Robert, is that a play on a song? Do you believe it? I think so, because Robert's on one usually. Love you, Robert.
Mm.
But do you believe in magic?
Do I believe in magic?
Yeah, I like that
Well,
question.
that's a great question. Good morning. Um, I think that I do actually believe that magic, or let's call them miracles. I believe that like miracles exist. I do believe that. But I also believe in like traditional magic tricks, right? And that's just something that you're trained in. So the both can be true. Oh, I love all the support.
I
Thanks.
know.
So kind.
I know, and that's just one of the places I can pull up. But okay, so how does this work? Do we need to get ready? Do you need us to do anything? Can we assist? I mean, what kind of space?
Yeah,
Where
totally.
should we sit a certain kind? What do we do?
No, you just be calm, that's it, and, I'll show you how I connect. So, I mentioned there's multiple energies. We have to dial a telephone number up to the ones that we wanna connect to, so I'll do that. I'll speak it out loud.
588-2300 M. Never mind.
Empire.
Right.
Yeah,
See?
but I know, see, I know it. But, yeah, if you have any questions, then we direct the energy, or I can just open channel, it doesn't matter. We can just see what great spirit has to say.
I have one question to kick it off, if that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, sure.
How important is, because I feel like those of us with divine gifts that we acknowledge, because we all have them, but
Mhm,
is a lot of us are experiencing that we feel next year is a big year in
mhm,
healing or easing of suffering, that there's a,
mhm.
a lot of abundance on the
Mm,
way for healers. And I just wondered if you could ask for a little enlightenment, if you will, on that.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm gonna dip
Okay.
out. It's all you. When you're ready for me to come back, just say, Lauren, come back.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, everyone. So we're gonna ask about next year. So first, I'm just gonna do my little connection process. So I close my eyes, and this is how I do it. I say, "I call forth to Great Spirit, all spirit guides, all angels, archangels, all light being, channeling our highest wisdom and purpose." And we ask for guidance on this question. Dr. Lauren has asked about next year. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, so there has been what they're calling like a karmic cleansing that's taken place, especially during COVID. COVID was a very intense time where a lot of us had to deal with just great hardship, which is obvious. Things such as really like reinventing ourselves, and then also that manifesting in physical dis-ease. And so they're saying, Great Spirit is saying that it's been like this gradual progression of really looking at our shadows as humanity. And we know that because there's a lot of violence still across the world. And these are like kind of like dark shadows, things that we have to face and really look at ourselves and ask ourselves, are we doing justice as humans? Like, how can we do better? How can we treat each other better? So, next year is going to be, they're calling it, it's kind of like the beginning of really like a more significant healing process. And there's going to be more abundance. And part of that is because right now, some of the traditional structures that we are living within are starting to degrade or break down. And we even see that with our economy, is what Spirit is sharing right now. And so next year, it's going to be like a rebuilding. So it won't all be perfect, but they're actually saying closer to like 2026 there's going to be a lot more abundance. And the thing that's really good is that a lot of people now are aligning to their purpose. So, their highest mission, their calling, they're living more authentically, they're feeling more inspired and more truthful to who they are. And so, all of these changes that have been taking place on a social and structural level are really to help us align to our deepest authenticity, who we are as people, so that we're not living in a box or we're changing roles. Rather, we are being true to within, which is our soul. And so, Dr. Lauren, you are correct in saying that there is going to be more abundance, but the abundance starts energetically first, where people are feeling, okay, now I feel more aligned. Now I feel more on purpose. And then it's going to start to manifest into other things like wealth. So, those of us who have maybe made some, let's call them risky or out of the norm actions, such as leaving, their jobs to pursue something that is like really passionate for them, we're starting to see that abundance internally, but it's gonna have a network effect. It's gonna spread. So, Dr. Lauren, there you go. That's what spirit said to your question.
Thank you. And I'm going to stay back here. I'm peeking through the
Okay.
curtain, but I'm looking on one of the other platforms.
Yeah.
Uh, Apple TV, a viewer there wants to know, ooh,
Mhm.
in light of what is happening currently with
Yeah.
the mass shootings and things,
Yeah.
specifically Lewiston, Maine,
Mhm.
recently, what
Mhm.
can we do as a collective to
Mm.
help ease the suffering of this epidemic of mass shooting?
Mhm.
If anything,
Mhm.
what can we do to help
Mhm.
turn that around?
Yeah. Okay, beautiful question. Yes, so one thing that spirit has been sharing with me for a long time is that these events are horrible, and they're also challenges to humanity because they're asking us, what are you going to allow to happen, right? And how deeply do you care about standing up for your fellow people? And there is going to be, we see it all the time, especially currently. There's more division, but that's really not what we want. We do need more unity. And essentially, what Spirit is sharing about this in particular is, first of all, we need to speak out. We cannot even for a second think it's okay to just live in our own little world. Like, we need to speak out. We need to share truth, and the truth is always about love. So, coming together, creating environments and networks where we can actually be together. And it doesn't have to be like a riot, it can be like a beautiful, like peaceful gathering. But whatever it is, it needs to make sure that we are sharing our voice. So that is the most important thing, bringing awareness, but not getting caught in the division. Rather, it's always about unity. So coming back together, unity is very important. And also honoring the souls who have passed. Spirit is sharing that when you do that, it's actually easier for the soul to access like a higher level spiritually faster. So that's a beautiful thing to be doing right now as well.
Mm, love it. Can I ask a personal question that you could kind of ask and answer for? Okay.
Sure.
I've heard the name, but this week when it came out, oh, it was Stephanie Zito when she was here. And I'm going to set an appointment this
Yeah.
weekend actually with her. This
Oh.
thing known as the Akashic Records.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, can
Do you
you
know what it is?
you can explain it again, but I'm anxious and I'm feeling beckoned to
Uh-huh.
walk down that hallway. Anything on
Mhm.
that?
Yeah. Well, your Akashic Records is like your book, which is all of your lifetimes. So your soul is very wise and old, especially you in particular. You have a very wise soul, which is also why you are a pure channel. And especially those who have like a platform where you're used to speaking, you are channeling a lot. So that's just a cool thing to know. But for you in particular, yeah, I mean, your Akashic Records is just a collection of all the lifetimes you've had. You've had a lot of lifetimes. You've also like had a lot of suffering, in these previous lifetimes, and that's what makes you so wise. So yeah, you know what I do in some of my readings, if people ask for an Akashic Records reading,
Mhm.
I just go through each lifetime one by one, and I'll tell them which lifetime they were in, what their lesson was, who they were, and then we kind of move through all of them. So,
So
yeah.
when you see this or feel it, I have a feeling what I'm asking is one of those descriptives that we don't have words for, you
Mhm.
know, because there are certain things we don't have words for. That's when people go,
Mhm.
I just don't have the word. You literally.
Yeah.
So do you say when you these lifetimes and things, Gabrielle,
Mhm.
do you
Mhm.
see like the person being carried, you know, in the pyramids in the background? Or I mean, do you actually go to the place?
Yeah, I do. So I'm clairvoyant, so I see in my mind's eye. So you're using your third eye when you do that. And I have to close my eyes a lot because I'm tuning in and I'm being shown an image. So I do, and I see like flashes of images. And for me, energetically, the most important thing is to focus on the image, like make sure that I'm understanding the information that's being shown.
Wonderful. Um, what about, you know, I bet you get this a lot about loved ones who leave
Hmm.
signs and things. We were
Oh,
talking about
yeah.
that the other day. How do you feel? Do you ever get messages about that sort of thing? And the reason okay, I'm just gonna ask. I don't know if I can ask you to about a person, but it's not
Yeah.
for me, it's for my husband because his
Okay, sure.
birthday's tomorrow. And
Hmm.
he's like, what do you get the guy who has everything?
Yeah.
Um, but the week that we met, um,
Hmm.
we had our first date, and then we were set for the next date a week from that day, and he canceled because he said he called me. I mean, he left me a message and said that my dearest cousin, the closest one, my first cousin, just took her own life, and I have to
Mm.
cancel our date. And I was like,
Mm.
I've heard of a lot of excuses for not a second date. I really did. I took it personally, and I found out it wasn't. It made up, and
Mm.
you know, he's still heartbroken
Mm.
7 years, 6 years later, because we just had our
Mhm.
anniversary a couple weeks ago. And
Mm.
I just wonder, um, do you ever can people ask like how someone like could I say
Yeah.
how's Andrea doing? And because she
Yeah.
left her baby was like 5 months old, Silas, when
Oh.
she did this, and the other one was like 3,
Mm.
Jonah, and now they're bigger, you know, and I just wondered if it'd be nice to have something to say, "Hey, guess what? I got a message."
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Andrea was her name or is her name.
Andrea? Okay. What
Mhm.
color is her hair?
Like blondish brown, like kinda like yours.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I asked that so that we get to the right person, right? I'm, like, dialing a telephone number.
Mhm,
So, okay, let's see, Andrea. She has 2 children? Or
mhm.
yeah,
Jonah and Silas.
okay. Mm.
Mhm, mhm.
Well, she's doing fine up there. She's peaceful, and she's saying that she immediately shows her children, and she's just wanting to spread love to her children because she misses them dearly. But she's also trying to help them get opportunities, especially when it connects to like their education and their career growth and development, even in the future. She's trying to orchestrate these little opportunities, and so she's just saying hi to them and that she loves them, she misses them. She also shows her mom, so I don't know if she's with her mom or if her mom is here, I can't tell, but she's showing her mom.
Her mom's here, and that's a
Yeah, that's
big
kinda what I
piece.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's showing her mom as, like, being, very active and taking care of them and kinda stepping in because obviously she departed. And what's your husband's name?
Brian.
Brian? Okay. Okay. Oh, she's so happy to hear from Brian. She loves Brian, and she's saying happy birthday. She's actually, like, showing a cake and candles. She misses him so much. They're like best friends, like, they're like
Mhm.
soulmates, in that
Yeah.
kind of very strong friendship way, and she's showing all types of magazines, and she's just kinda joking around with him. I feel like they had a funny, like, sense of humor thing going on. She's making me laugh as she's talking. So, yeah, she loves him. She's telling him, "Don't be depressed about getting older, like, be happy about getting older. It's a gift. It's not a big deal." Because
She
he might be
told
like,
him.
"Oh god, it's my birthday," you know?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she loves him. She's saying hi. Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you, you hit it on the nail. Every
Oh.
every single thing.
Mm.
I
Yes.
cannot wait to pull this section of this interview up uh, later today and have him watch it. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're
that. Thank you
welcome.
so much for that. Does
Yeah.
anyone out there, do any of you guys have anything you'd like to ask um, Gabriella while we're here? We're going to check on that. Let me ask you this. Um, do you ever, do they ever knock on the door and say, "Excuse us, we have something to say." You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
do you have to go to them? You know what I mean?
Right.
Do they ever make their way to you? Look, we need to bring this through you.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I tell my spirit team in particular, I'm like, please don't give me messages unless I'm opening my channel, because otherwise I'm going to go to the grocery store and hear messages for everyone. And that's just way too much information and way too overwhelming.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I usually go to them. However, I have been woken up in the middle of the night at like 3 or 4 a.m. with a message for someone else. And it has been so specific where they literally woke me up and were like, write it down on a piece of paper and show it to that person. And when I did, they were like, "Oh my god, like, how did you know that? That's so specific." So, yes, if they know that I'm a channel and they feel it's urgent, they will wake me up in the middle of the night. They don't care, but I try and set
Wow.
boundaries with them, it's just like any relationship.
Do you feel that your gift gets stronger
Yeah.
as the days go by?
Yeah, I always tell people it's just like going to the gym and working on your muscles. If you do it all day, every day, which is pretty much what I do, it gets super easy to go into that state and connect. But if you kind of leave it dormant, it will still be there. It's like riding a bike, but it just
Yeah.
won't be as easy to access.
You know, one thing I instantly picked
Mhm.
up about you or sensed about you
Yeah.
when I met you in San Diego, and I keep talking about it in my mind this whole hour. I've been reminded. It's amazing to me how comfortable you are in this skin, this
Oh,
spiritual skin. You just
yeah.
it makes you smile just when
I know. I
you're
love it.
talking about it. Like it's
Yeah.
just so. Let's talk about this as far as those of us who understand a portion of our gifts, because I believe
Mhm.
there's always something headed down the conveyor belt as
Mhm.
we ascend and we grow. But what
Mhm.
about the people who's I don't have anything? I remember there were years ago as a gay man, especially when I first came out, I was like, I don't have any of the gay blessings. I can't
Oh,
flower arrange, I can't figure skate, I can't sew, I was like all the things
yeah.
right. And actually I do have the gift of flower arranging. I don't figure skate,
Mhm.
but I
I'm
can
sure.
sew. But I mean, are what about people who think they don't have any gifts? Do a lot of us, is it possible for people that have these gifts just because it's always been something there for us that we don't realize it's a gift? And if so, where is a safe place or a safe way for people to start asking questions, bringing in the opportunity?
Mm.
Just like you said, there are those areas we should not go, those darker things.
Yeah.
What
Mhm.
do you recommend when people come to you and say, I don't know how to get started, but I'd love to know what my gifts are?
Yeah, totally. This is a very common question. So the first thing is everyone has this ability. Everyone. Because when I was a kid, I did not know how to do this. I thought I was just a normal person, right? For me, it came in, but I always talk about it as like a co-creation. So if you're
Mm,
curious to work with spirit or a higher power, what is
like,
that? Oh,
I this is
that's
what
beautiful.
co-creation looks like to me.
Yes,
It
yes,
looks
like
like,
a morphing. Mhm.
angels are helping, spirit is
Mhm.
helping. We're all in there creating
Yeah,
that's mhm.
it's a co-creation, yeah. So there's really only a couple things that are required. One is stillness, because you need to be still enough to receive the messages, and the second is intention. So it's just like
Ooh.
going to the gym, right? If you wanna get muscles, but you never go to the gym, it won't work. So you need those 2 things in order for spirit to start working with you. And I tell people, just talk to your spirit guides or talk to God, whatever you connect with, and say, I want to work with you. I want to be able to receive your messages. And the first thing ever is it starts with noticing, because there's so many tiny synchronicities in our day
Mhm.
to day that we say, ah, it's probably nothing. but it actually is something, and the more you notice it, the more you can understand how energy works, and you begin to
Mm.
attune to that. Mhm.
Yeah. Do you feel, did you do any research? Is this, an inherited thing? Or are you the first in
Oh,
your
for
bloodline?
me?
Yeah.
I'm the first that I know of, but to be honest, I have no idea about my ancestors way back. Maybe, someone had more of a out there kind of gift, but as far as I know, I'm the first. I know in
Wow.
many families it is inherited.
It is inherited, right.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about spirit guides
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. Um, I wanna know about mine because how do we learn about them? How do we do we talk to them?
Yeah.
"Hey, spirit guide, what's your name?" You know? I mean,
Yeah.
is a spirit guide the same thing as a guardian angel?
It's a little
Uh-oh. Somehow a call must have come in. Did a call come in? You're muted. There you go. You back? We can't hear you.
no?
Now we can a little. Something happened. Ooh, uh-oh. Somebody. Uh-huh. Andrea, is that you, girl? He wants to come back to you. Now you're muted again.
Sorry. How about
There you go.
now?
You're perfect.
Okay, there you go. That happens all the time, Dr. Lauren. Seriously, they always like to intercede. But in any case, what was your question?
I know it feels like you're at a daycare center and like
Yeah.
all these, are coming in and I'm going to be one
Always.
of those kind of spirits. I already am. I even asked Source, I said, "Hey, could I possibly be a guardian angel in my next one?" And they're like, "We'll see," because I think I'd be the kind of person that would go in and knock stuff off the shelf
Yeah, they do that.
just
Yeah,
to like,
right.
because I know how angels are because I've seen them since I was little,
Mhm.
and they would be telling me, because I'd be like, because they always listen. Because when I would get dropped off at foster homes, they would always have that conversation. I'd like, "Hey, go play, go meet the other kids." Okay. And I'd really hide around the corner and they'd
Yeah.
say, "Oh, he's a great kid, blah, blah, blah."
Mhm.
Da, da, da. But if you hear him talking to himself, it's because he's got a lot of imaginary friends. And I'd be pointing to my angels laughing, and they'd be like, "Shh, shh, shh."
Oh,
I
that's so
know. They're here now. They
nice.
are. So,
Mhm.
okay. So, are spirit guides and are they the same as a guardian angel? Is that the same thing or no?
They're not the same, but they're very similar. So, spirit guides used to be humans, and then they evolve and they kind of reincarnate, right? And they become a wise,
Mm.
evolved being that watches over you. But they used to be humans, and they usually choose you because they went through similar challenges that you go through in your lifetime. So, for example, let's say that in this lifetime you deal with substance abuse, you might have a spirit guide that dealt with it and also healed it successfully. So they come to help you. Whereas an angel is like, just very light energy. So they both are light, but they're just a little bit different. One was
So,
human, one wasn't. Oh no, you froze again. Come back.
I'm
Hi.
back. Okay.
Sorry, it
Yeah.
happens to me all the time. I'm a magnet for it, the technological stuff.
Okay. Okay. Do we each get one guardian angel and one guide? I
No,
want to get it
normally
in.
there's up to 12 spirit guides.
Really? So, how do I find out how many I have, who they are? How? Can you see any?
Well, yeah, you have 7 that I can see right now, which is a
My
lot. Yeah.
number. Okay.
Yeah? Yeah, you have
Really?
7. Yeah.
Tell me, tell me something. What do you see?
Okay, well, let's see. So there's this is gonna take a second. There's one,
Oh,
he is saying that his name is Paul, and he used to be like a news reporter, which makes sense because you are on TV yourself. So normally you also inherit some of the skills that they had in their lifetime. And he also did
Oh,
some journalism. Yeah. So he's helping you out. He's kind of serious. And yeah, he's helping you a lot with your career and with the messages that you're sharing.
Thank you,
And
Paul.
there's another one who is named Marie, female. She's blonde and she's just like a very elegant woman. She just shows
Ah,
herself to be very elegant. Like she likes I think she's from Europe because she says she loves traveling. She loves like the finer things in life. This is partly why you love like beautiful clothing and silks and colored like
I
clothes.
do.
Yeah, she's helping you with that and with your style in this life.
Thank you, girl. Thank you, Marie.
Yeah, let
Oh,
me see if any others are saying hi. Oh, you have one that's a very old woman too, actually. And she just has all of this knowledge. Like she's read tons of books. She's like inherited a lot of people's stories. She has a great passion for psychology and for really listening to others. And so, again, this is channeling through your work and who you are and what you care about in this lifetime. But she's very old. She's like 89 or so. That's how she shows herself spiritually.
okay.
Yeah. And she likes watching TV. She said that too.
Oh, okay, good. I
Yeah.
hope you like Suits because we've been shoveling that in. Okay, right?
Good,
Oh my
good.
goodness. So I have 7 total.
You have 7. Yeah. So you see how it works, right? We just go through them one by one and we ask them, do they have messages? And
All
yeah.
right, I'm booking a session.
Yeah. Yeah. Please
I'm
do.
booking. Where do people do that?
Yeah. Well, so my website, it's my last name, alziari.co.
Oh, and wait a minute.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna put that up for now.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I'm going back because okay, the YouTube one.
Yeah. That's where
Okay,
my
do you have a website?
Yeah, yeah. It's just my last name, alziari.co. But you can also find it on my Instagram and YouTube. It's links there.
Okay, okay. I'm trying to get this one link, and that's the thing with those links that have a lot of stuff embedded in it.
Oh, I know, I know.
When we go to take it, it has all this open tab stuff written
Oh,
into it. I don't know what that is, but it's something. But that's AI. Some
that's AI.
there. Okay, so we're gonna use this one right here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's YouTube, Instagram is down below. And as always, you guys, we're going to take the liberty of dropping all of these links inside your comment section for easy access at the conclusion of today's broadcast, which is all in 3 minutes.
Mm.
What do you love most about this gift? And if you could request an upgrade, what would you request?
Okay. What I love most about this gift is that it's all information and really anything can be healed. You know, I've done enough energy at work at this point to understand that anything can be healed and everything is energy. So that's what I love most about it. And I see miracles every day, seriously. And if
Really?
I do, yeah, I do,
I
100%.
believe you.
Yeah, and that's why I keep doing this work because I love it. So you don't have to stay, stuck in these really dense situations. Like you can change, you can evolve, you can grow. So that's what I love about this gift. And, I think I'm a window into that for someone else. So if I can help someone with their healing, then for me, I'm happy.
Are
And
you dating?
yeah, why?
I just wondered when you have gifts like that, was
Yeah,
it hard? Like when you on your first date, and by the way,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
it is.
and
Yeah. They're like, what are you talking about?
uh,
Yeah. No, it takes a wise and evolved person to understand this type of work or to be open to it, just being curious. Yes,
exactly. So
it's
make
hard.
sure you're evenly yoked, people, is what we're saying. So what about that upgrade, girl?
Um, Honestly, the thing that came to me is I would want to fly because
Didn't
I
you
don't know
say
what
that in did I hear you say that in San Diego?
I don't know.
I think I did. Or
Really?
if yeah, or if not, you're the second person recently that said they wanted to fly.
I do want to fly. When I was a child, I had dreams every single night that I could fly. And then one day I woke up and I no longer had those dreams. So I would just want to fly again. It was so fun in my dreams.
Wow. That's got to mean something.
Yeah, I think so.
Everything does.
I know.
I don't think there's anything that doesn't have a number and doesn't have a place. I think everything is purposeful. Everything. Wow. So, our time flew by.
I know.
What do you got coming up? What's around the corner? Where can people find you? You got anything coming up that we should know about?
Well, if you're in San Diego, then yes, I have many events at Lavande. It's a spiritual wellness boutique, which is so beautiful. So join us there. I'm on the calendar there. And I do a lot of YouTube lives and Instagram lives. So just follow me there and you can ask a question and I tune in for you. And yeah, just every week I post a new video. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, that boutique, who's that owned by?
Christia.
That's what I thought. She's here next week.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I want that rose thing that she has. That background. I'm looking for something here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just love you. I love your work. You make believing in miracles so easy, so accessible, and feel oh so good. So thank you, and thank you. And listen, you're welcome back anytime. I will go, and so I should go where to book my session?
My website.
Your website. Okay. Hang out for 1 second afterwards, and then I'll make sure I get that so I can book that today. And thank you again. You guys, thank you for a wonderful week, a wonderful day, a wonderful life, a wonderful everything. I couldn't do this without you. And the most important part of that statement is I wouldn't want to. So listen, have the best weekend ever. Find all the little itty bitty pieces that help lead to your higher self. And together we'll make some more magic come Monday morning, God willing, right out there. I'll meet you, you know where, on the front porch at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we can do this all over again. Now get out there and be the best version of yourself. Thank you so much for helping me to do that for myself. Thank you, Gabriella. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless. We love you.
Thank you.
Great job. Take care. Bye, everybody. See you Monday.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you